Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to start this video off by saying that this was supposed to be the peel base video, but what had happened was when I went to record the peel base video, I actually didn't hit record, and by the time I was completely finished, I noticed that I did not actually hit record. So all of that was for nothing. Ultimately, I had already cleaned up because I did it all in one take because I wanted it to be a real-time video. So, yeah, I will do another one and I will make sure to record it. So, in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy this video. So, today's video is going to be on Pat Pat Gel from Bling Galleria. This is a recently released item as of this video, and the sponges and the grabber are also included. The Pat Pat Gel is HEMA-free, HPMA-free, and TPO-free, and the colors are just gorgeous. You have your black and your white, and then you have 4 neutrally colors. You'll see when I do the swatches for you what they look like, and then you have 6 pastel and bright colors that can all be mixed and stuff. And spoiler alert, at the end, I do show them being chromed. I pick 2 of the colors and I chrome them for you. So stay tuned at the end for that. I wanted to give you guys my first initial reaction. As you see, I have not used them before this video. I have actually never used Pat Pat Gel. So this is an experience for me. I've always wanted to try it for the aura effects because I just cannot bring myself to buy an airbrush gun because I just don't want the mess. I just don't want to have the difficulty cleaning it and all of that. So I peeled off the little sticky and I was going to throw it away, but then I was like, you know what? I can just flip it around and I can just put it in the top so that I can remember what number is which. Not that it's really hard to remember, but sometimes I label my stuff going down. So it would be the white would be 1, then the nude underneath would be 2, the yellow would be 3, the purple would be 4. Sometimes I do that. I don't know why, but it also keeps my top really clean. You can throw it away if you want and use the top as a palette as well, whatever you'd like to do with it. So I just put mine there because, yeah, I just wanted to put it there. Didn't want to throw it away. I have a weird habit. Like sometimes I'll go through and I'll just have like a throwaway everything moment. And then other times I will be a hoarder and I can't get rid of anything. So I'm just sealing it on the top. There's still some air bubbles in there. This is just really for me. If I decide to peel it out, I will, but I'll probably just leave it like that. And it is magnetic closure, so it does close very well. And as you see, none of the colors moved at all. They were all completely leveled and stuff like that. And it's hot when I got it shipped. So it was in the 90s, the high 90s in Florida from where it came from, and it was still the 90s in North Carolina when I got it. And this little grabber tool, I love it. The sponges work great as well. So I wasn't sure how they were going to work, being honest, and because I hadn't tried them. Like I'm always skeptical with a new sponge, and I really wasn't sure how good I was going to be at the Pat Pat Gel because I've never used it before. So here to say that it is beginner friendly because I had such an easy time with them. And I show 5 colors on here. I kind of speed them up a little bit, but I do show, I think, 2 or 3 in real time, or at least 1 in real time, and then the other ones I kind of speed up a little bit. So yeah, I also have my transparent, you can use white. I've been using white, but I've heard these transparent sticky notes work just as well, and they're a lot cheaper. So got some transparent sticky notes to like dab out the excess. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to apply the Pat Pat Gel as well. So you can either take the Pat Pat Gel out of the container and put it directly on the swatch and pat from there, or you can put it on a palette and dab it there. I've seen a lot of people using the Pat Pat Gels. I just personally haven't ever used them, but I did do a lot of different research when Bling Galleria was releasing these. I did hear somebody say that dabbing your sponge on a uh, lint roller can help make sure that no dust particles transfer. So I did that, and that really did help. I've also seen people say to dampen your sponge or spray it with alcohol or stuff like that, but I only used the lint roller for this particular video, and it worked relatively fine, and then once looked a little textured, and once I put the top coat on, it smoothed out. Like, you'll be able to see the difference. So, when you're doing certain designs, you really just gotta trust the process because when it comes to, like, a little bit of texture, you've gotta keep in mind that the top coat will even all of that out for you, like, even when you're painting with gels and stuff like that, if you're worried about, like, some texture being in there, like, most of the time, the top coat is gonna kinda, like, give it that finish. So you really just gotta kinda, like, trust the process, and like I was saying with this one, I actually ended up redoing the white only for the fact that all of the other swatches, I did the I went further up the swatch stick, and this one just looked really off. So this was just me kinda learning how to use the Pat Pat gel. I mean, I was trying to ombre a little bit, but not really, more so showing a little bit of ombre, but a little bit of, how the opacity is, and I ended up figuring it out the more I did it, because this was my first time using the Pat Pat gel just at all, but you see that texture, how it looks kind of, like, textury from the sponge? You'll notice when I put the top coat on, it will take care of that. So this is just 1 layer, and I do 3 layers of the Pat Pat gel just to kinda see if that will give the full opacity. Some colors, like I was seeing, when I was watching different videos, I watch a lot of Amy's clients' videos. She sells the, like, viral, Pat Pat gel palette. Um, I really watch a lot of her videos because she's really good, and a lot of people that use her palette are really good, and I watch a lot from her page, and I just they say that sometimes it takes multiple layers. Sometimes people only cure for 15 seconds between layers. I was curing for 30 because I just didn't wanna have any oopses, but you could probably cure for less. I just kinda was figuring it out, which is why I also am wearing gloves on both hands because when you're playing with gels, you really just wanna make sure that you're being safe. But yeah, I was just kinda figuring it out, how it works, how to do it, and I thought it looked really good. That's just 2 layers, and the opacity is pretty much there, but I wanted to see if the white would pack a punch if I did a 3rd layer. So, I went ahead and I did a 3rd layer off camera, and that is what it looked like, and then now it's time to go in with the top coat, and I wanted to show you how it will look after the top coat. So, I tried this way, and I'm really not good at doing top coat in camera for some reason, so I end up putting the swatch stick to the side because, like, I don't know, when I do certain things, it just doesn't quite work out the right way sometimes, so I just do it the which way is comfortable and will get the job done sometimes, and then I will show you at the end. Or not at the end, but, like, at the end of putting the top coat on, how the top coat just kinda smooths out all of that texture. So, yeah, now it's a smooth white now. It's the top part, we're just gonna excuse that. I didn't put any base coat on the swatch sticks as well. This is just plain swatch stick. So, yeah, no base coat. So if you have a base coat down or a color down or even a matte base or something down, it does help ombre a little bit easier from what I was also watching. But here's another way you can do it. I saw this way as well, where you can just put the gel onto the nail or the gel tip or whatever if you're making press-ons, and you just go in with the sponge and just dab it straight onto the nail. Both ways work. It really just depends on what look you're going for, what method you wanna use. Like, there's always a different technique. You just have to play with your gels and your products and stuff like that to figure out which way works best for you for the look that you're trying to achieve. But I would say for never having used Pat Pat gels before, I felt like I did a pretty decent job. I'll show you all my swatches at the end or when I show the cluster of these 6 that I finished, the nudes, the black and the white. I actually just took my swatch sticks outside. We had a break in the rain and the sun was shining so bright. So I was like, now is my chance. I am done with the swatches and I wanted to go ahead and get some pictures so I could insert them into the video. I did not edit any of the color. The only thing I did was, like, make them a little bit straighter in my picture and crop the picture so that it would fit on my screen. I did not change the color or anything, and I feel like they look really good. Like, I could definitely obviously practice my ombre because it is not there, but I was really going to show, like, how they applied, the opacity of them. That's more what I was going for than an actual ombre design because I do have designs coming up where I'm going to actually use them for different purposes and stuff like that, different designs I have been seeing, but I just really wanted to show the opacity and kinda, like, how I was swatching them, and I wanted to make sure to swatch all of the colors. I didn't wanna show them all because I didn't want this video to be a boring bore of a video, which it's swatching for me is either you love it or you hate it, you enjoy it or you don't. But I really wanted to show how beginner friendly these are because I'm not necessarily a beginner, but I'm not a licensed nail tech either. But I've also never used Pat Pat gel before, so I feel like that kinda makes me a beginner with this type of gel, if that makes sense. I've never played with it, never tried it, so I've only ever done ombre with, like, dip powder or gel polish. I've never used this type of gel in this method or anything, so I'm learning, and I'm sure the more I do it, the better I will get. I'll just go watch some more videos and practice some more and stuff like that. The pans, have a decent amount in them, so I don't really feel like you'll run out, and you really don't need a whole lot. I was just being excessive because I really just wanted to have enough for the 3 layers and do, like, a good job with it. I wasn't really sure how much I was gonna need, so I was probably taking way too much, but I also didn't wanna dip my sponge inside of the, container itself, but once it's made its way out and it's hit the sponge, I really don't wanna put it back in case of, like, contamination or anything. I don't wanna add fuzzies to my color. But I do feel like these colors have some nice nudes. I love this color. That second color is so good. The second color, and then I think the 2, 3, the fifth color, um, they're good for blending that line between your natural nail and your extension, because for me, I hate seeing the natural nail underneath a clear or a sheer set of nails personally on myself. Now, if you like it, that's great, but I, have seen a lot of people blending that, and I love that look. It's like a seamless look. It makes it look more real, like the extension look more real, so or more natural per se. But I've been loving that look, so now I have these, and I will be doing that with my sets, so I'm sure you'll be seeing that in the very near future. But these are really, really awesome, they're really easy. I tried chroming with them, and it worked beautifully. I will explain that when we get a little bit further to the end as well. They worked, to do, like, a textured design, so if I was to take my brush like you'll see and do, like, a textured design or the nuance swoop thing, it works as well, and it fully cures. The gel chromes at 30 seconds, and it even chromes at 60 seconds. So, yeah, it chromes beautifully. That's what I was saying about the white. The white didn't quite go down as far in this in the on the swatch as I had liked it to, so I redo the white at the end off camera. But I do the same thing and I show the same method, so I feel like it's the same thing. And I do the other colors that I do show are the yellow and the blue because yellow is a really hard color to make it look good. It's hard to cure sometimes, and the opacity I've heard is not, like, the easiest, but yeah, it worked really well. I love the yellow. It is so pretty. It's more of like a pastelly yellow. It is so, so pretty. Um, you can color mix these as well. So if you want a lighter color, you can add white. If you want a darker color or a different color, you can add the black. There's like the taupey colors are good to mix, like, if you want different colors, so definitely play around with it. I know you can mix the yellow and that bright pink at the bottom and get, like, an orangey shade. Alright, so here's the colors, the neutrals and the nudes, and there's the outside photo that is completely unedited, that is just a photo with my camera outside. They are so good. The black could use a little bit of work, but I was trying to more ombre that by the time I got there, so I feel like I did a better job, but it could definitely use some work, if I'm being honest. But I'm a beginner, and we're just gonna go with it for now. I feel like the other ones get a little bit better, but I split them up into 2 different sections because I feel like the top half is your nudes, neutrals, black and white. I feel like that's one section, and then the other section is, like, your colors. So, yeah, I just split them up into 2 different ones, and then they're really, really, really pretty. So, definitely worth, checking out if that's something that you're interested in. They're also, like I said, HEMA free, HPMA free, and TPO free. So, if you stick around through the Chrome part of this video, I do flip the container over so you can see the actual ingredients inside the polish if you're interested in checking out the actual ingredients. Also, all of the SDS sheets are always available on the website. And if you don't see one or you're curious and you don't want to look for it, you can always message Bling Galleria and they will happily send over the SDS sheet. So, no worries there. Nothing hidden, everything is super safe. And yeah, the gels are pretty and they're fun to use and easy to use. And that's the thing that I really like about these is that they were so easy to use. They weren't patchy, they weren't streaky, they weren't so translucent that they basically didn't show up. So if I was like doing a 3D flower and I wanted to shade it with some of this, I would be able to do it with these with no problem and I wouldn't have to do 100 layers. So, and I know they're safe. So I wouldn't be as stressed out as like another gel, like an Amazon brand or something that had different ingredients that are kind of like bad for you but are cheaper. But Bling Galleria is always running sales. Not always, always, but like there's always a sale coming up. The next sale is going to be, I'm pretty sure, 4th of July. Pretty sure she's planning on a sale for the 4th of July. This video should be up before then. And I know there will be a sale for the 4th of July. There's usually a sale around every major holiday. And sometimes she'll even sneak in a 50 to 75% off sale. And if there isn't a sale going on, you can always use my code Erica10 to save at Bling Galleria. The code's not for me. I don't get anything from the code. The code is just for you to save money. So if you care to use it, great. If not, that's fine too. I like to save money. I won't shop without a code. So if I don't find one, I'm probably not going to shop there unless there's a really good sale going on. Just a personal thing for me. I always shop a sale. I don't shop without a sale like that from or without a code. The sale has to be like I can hold out for a sale, but if I really have to have it, I have to have like a discount of some sort because that's just how my mind works. I don't know. I've always been that way. Clearance shopping, the clearance racks, all of that. But back to the original thing. I left these in what I was doing. I was swapping them out 30 seconds each. By the time I was getting done with one, the other one was ready. So I was just kind of swapping between the yellow and the blue and just putting them in for 30 seconds and then doing another layer and literally just showing you how easy it is to do this. This is literally what I was sitting at my desk doing with all the colors, just swapping out. Ended up having another picker too, another one of those cotton ball things, the little sponge gripper things because I used to use them for when I would hold the cotton ball to clean off my stamping plates, but it scratched one of my plates, so I put it down and never used it again. But it's really good and it works. And see what I'm talking about? The yellow, full opacity, and that's 3 layers. I don't do any more than 3 layers on any of them because it doesn't need that. And I just wanted to see how dark it would get. It didn't really get too much darker, but the opacity is full. And you can do designs with this. I'm sure you can paint like the nuanced stuff. You can do texture designs. But yeah, Pat Gel, 10 out of 10 recommend. It's safe. The opacity's there. It's easy to use, very beginner friendly. It is definitely budget friendly as well. I'm not sure what the exact price is, but I will put it on the screen around now if I find out the price beforehand. If I don't, then it won't be on the screen. Sometimes the price is just a shock to me. But look at those colors in the sun. That's full opacity. That's how they look in the sunshine. This is just my studio lighting. Did I say studio lighting? It's just one light overhead. And then that's just those last 2 rows. That's just the inside lighting, but the outside lighting is like so good. But all of the colors, I think, are really good. This is just the first one. If people are really interested in it, she said she would bring in another palette that has like other colors in it. if people were interested in it. But these have like a lot of neutrals, they have a lot of colors you can mix and get different shades as well. So I will be doing a color mixing video. But look at all those in the sun. They look gorgeous. Like, they look really, really good. But yeah, those are the colors. I'm going to be doing some color mixing, so stay tuned for the color mixing of them. I do have another video coming up next, which will be either the embossed gel video that I sneak peeked a couple of in one of my previous videos. And then I do have a 4th of July design that I really, really, really want to do that I've been like obsessed over and I cannot stop thinking about. I may record it, I may not. I'm undecided because it's going to be like a press on set because I want to design both hands. They're both intricate designs and I'm not trusting my left hand right now. So let me know if you want me to record that 4th of July set and I may just do it for you. It would be a press on set and yeah, I got it from the Bee's Knees Nails on Instagram. If you're not following her, you need to go find her and follow her. Her art is just mind blowing every time. Anyway, time for the chroming. I figured I would give it a try because why not? I'm always excited when I can get a gel and it does more than one thing. So, this is what I used. I used the black and then I used the unicorn chrome number 4, which is the blue one. First, I had it upside down because I just wanted to show over white, but here's the ingredients that are in this palette if you're interested as well. And you can, shelf life is 24 months, but obviously just use a discretion with that 24-month shelf life. But they, if you store them properly, they could last longer, but use your discretion at that. The top part near the bump of the swatch was 30 seconds, and the bottom, where towards the tip, was 60 seconds. I tried both. I show both in this video so that you can see. I wasn't really sure which colors I wanted to do. At first, I was going to do all of the chromes, and then I was like, you know what? That's a little bit redundant, so we don't need to see that. And then for this one, I kind of wanted to show you that nuance swoop per se that everybody's like obsessed with, like myself included. It's just like a swoop. I don't know. But I also wanted to give it a little bit of texture and kind of show you that it does cure and it does chrome. So for the top part, I do 30 seconds. And I also wanted to show you the chrome that I use for this blue is the same one that I used for the black nail, but the look is totally different depending on what base color you use. So that Mermaid Chrome number 4 is a blue and it shows up super, super blue on black, but it shows up and gives it like a nice blue sheen on top of that light blue. So the other one I decided to do was I decided to use that pink at the bottom and do the Dragon Chrome number 2. Now the Dragon Chrome is a shifting chrome. Now, they may or may not be on the website at the time of this video. It is a chameleon chrome, so it shifts the colors. It goes, I'll show you. I think it shifts like a pink and a green, but I'll show you. Well, here's what I mean about the texture, and it holds its textured shape too. So you can paint with them and you can do your texture and you can chrome the texture. And I thought that was really cool because I love something that can do more than one thing. Like it can be a pat gel, or I can do a texture design, or I can chrome it. Like I can do a whole bunch of different things with just one product, and that's something that I really, really enjoy. So I'm going to show you. I kind of keep this. I speed it up just a little bit. I think it's like at like 1.3 or something like that. But I wanted you guys to kind of see what I was doing as I was doing it. And right now, I just cure it for 30 seconds and then I'm just kind of rubbing in the chrome. Chrome rubs in perfectly. And I was like, all right, so it rubs in at 30 seconds. So let's try 60 seconds because sometimes we're just not paying attention. 60 seconds, fully cured, and we're just like not watching. And you're like, man, I missed my chrome window. There's nothing worse than like having a gel that needs to be cured a certain time and then you miss that window when you go to chrome it and then the chrome doesn't want to stick to it. That is so annoying. I find that to be one of the most, like, annoying things when I'm going to do art, and I, like, miss it because then I have to start all over again with the gel, and then I have to, like, repeat the process, and I get distracted. So, I wanted to try 60 seconds, and it ended up working really well, and I was actually shocked because I like something like that, so that black can be used like, all of these can be used for, like, gemstone work or line work around different, like, looks and stuff, like the gemstone type nails and stuff, so I'm so excited to try that with this, which is coming up. So I have it in my head now that it can be chromed, and since I got some on my glove, I kinda wanted to show you the shift. I have a black glove on, so I was figured why not? Goes from, like, this pink color to a green, and I was like, "You know what? Let's try it on this pink, because this pink is really, really pretty." Like, let's just try it on there and see what it does, and it gives it, like, almost a sunset vibe. I really loved it. It kinda gave it, like, a little bit of an orange type hint, then it kinda moves to, like, a little bit of a green, but it gives it, like, more of an orange hue than anything. It looks like a sunset. So, if I did, like, the pink and the purple and the blue, like, kinda ombre or even the teal, like that bottom row ombre together, and I put this over it, like, that would give total sunset vibes. Like, that is so, so pretty. It's, like, got that gold shift in it. So, I really loved how that one turned out. I'm not generally a pink girly, but I really, really loved how that looked, and I really wanted to try it. So, what better time than on camera? So now, that was the 30 seconds, and now I just do 60 seconds, and I wanted to just do some, texture so that you guys could see more texture and different little, like, swoopy motions so that when you're doing the designs, if you decide to get this, then you can kinda see what I mean by, like, the texture and stuff. And as you can tell before I do the chrome, the difference that the chrome makes on the blue. It gives it, like, a pearl blue look, and I really think that's pretty. I love pearly looks, like, it's almost like it's got, like, a glaze on it. So, yeah, makes sense that it's called a mermaid chrome because it's, like, pearls from the ocean and whatnot, so, yeah. 30 seconds on the top, 60 seconds on the bottom. They both work beautifully. I do throw on some top coat, and we're just gonna ignore how there's chrome literally everywhere. I didn't prep the swatch sticks, got chrome all over my gloves, just a chrome mess. Usually chrome gets everywhere when I'm doing designs, but I really wanted to show you guys how awesome it looked, and I just couldn't not include it in the video. So 30 seconds, 60 seconds, they both work. Just make sure you top coat them. I would always suggest going in if you're doing a chrome nail with some kind of like a base coat or something before, like, especially if you're going all the way to the edge of the nail. If you're doing a design in the center, maybe not so much, but if you're doing like a full chrome nail or a chrome design that goes all the way to the edge, either file the edge a little bit of the nail to give it a little bit of grip for the top coat, or go in with a base coat before you do top coat just to make sure that the top coat is not going to peel. But look at that texture. The texture sticks, it's beautiful, and the texture is going to stick because the even when you put the top coat on, because the chrome is seeped into the texture lines, so you're not going to lose your texture look. So there's that as well. And yeah, I just really loved it. I figured I would stop at those 2 because I feel like it was getting gonna get redundant. And yeah, I just wanted to show those 2. And then I do have that other black as the other one with the black as well. And that's why I did the blue, because I really wanted to show the difference that that blue chrome can give on black and on blue. And I do show, again, the backside so you can see the base color. But I mean, all in all, we love a gel that does multiple things: texture, chrome, pat gel, all of that. And they turn out beautifully. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Maybe think about checking it out. It will be available if you see this video. Make sure you check for a sale or use code Erica10 to save. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you guys in the next one.